I got an update for BABA as BABA is set up to test 119 to 122 from here in a quick manner. The April 21 112 calls could be used. Now I mentioned this on my stream. And again, this stock is at a key pivot point. Actually, it traded above that 110.65 key pivot point today, and we held it. And I want to show you the options on my stream, and then we're going to go to the Yahoo Finance board, and then we're going to come back to the charts here. So let's go look. Let's go to my stream now and take a look at the options. What I mentioned, these 112 calls, and where they closed today. So here we are at power trigger trade, and I talked about BABA breaking above the key pivot point at 110.65 area. Holding above that would be a good sign. The April 21 112 calls were at 148. Now, do you know, after I posted this did fluctuate. This went to a high of about 168, and they pulled it back to about a buck 28. But again, this was holding above the key pivot point, right? And as you're setting up, there were two ways to enter. Neither one can buy some of the calls or wait for the confirmation. And this plan that I'm talking about is the confirmation. So as you can see, when I talked about these calls, they were at 148, okay? And they went again as high as about $1.70 during the day. And they also pulled back to about $1.28. Let's go take a look at the BABA options. So here we are at the Yahoo Finance, and BABA closed at 111.70, which is a great close for April the 10th. Again, we are very strong above a key pivot point, okay? And let's go take a look at those April 21 112 calls. So here they are, right? So you can see that they actually went up a little bit. Not much, but they actually went up a bit, and they closed at 155, okay? So at the time that I made the suggestion, okay, as an entry point, as an entry point, it fluctuated. It was positive. It made money, and then it lost money. But at the end of the day, it made money. Now the key is the follow through, which is what I'm looking for to add to the position. I went in small here. I decided to wait for the follow through confirmation because a lot of times BABA has failed a lot. This time it's a little bit different. The way it closed today is a lot different than a lot of other times. And so it's become a higher probability trade here. So let's go take a look at the plan again. So we're back at the BABA plan now. And I'm going to talk about this carefully, okay? I want to talk about this now. This is a little bit unique, is that the volume is so good that all BABA really needs to do is break above 110 to confirm. And again, as long as it stays above 110.65, the trade should go higher, okay? The thing is I don't think we need to base anymore. I think they should keep following through. So then it's a matter of deciding, watching the action, and I'll have to make some updates in case we don't follow through properly. But I want to talk about, so right now, so let's talk about, so I will be explaining some facts about how this opens to decide on the trade. Listen carefully to what I'm about to say. So exactly what I'm going to talk about is the way this opens. So for example, if BABA opens about 112, we'll say 112 for example, the opening price becomes a pivot point in this case. The only way to figure this out. So one could wait. There's two ways to get into this, okay? 112.10 is a confirmation, but there could be, I would like to wait at least for the first 10 minutes to see how it trades, because one of the things I know about about BABA is that after the first 10 minutes it becomes very clear. Now, unless the volume is really extremely high as well as a breaking 110, another way to understand is the opening price, okay? So the opening price, for example, let's say BABA opens at 112. And it starts to trade below 112. Well, you don't want to be entering that, right? Or opens at 112.10 and it goes below that. You want to wait to see what kind of basing they have between the 112 to 110.65 area, and then how much they can pop it after the first 10 minutes above the opening. So if, let's say the open is 112.10, and then sometimes you might have to wait. You have to pay higher. It could be 112.50, 112.65, and the options might cost $2 for all I know. So, but your average will still be lower, depending on how many options you buy, right? Then just going again. The key here is that this stock here is really set to go. But I've also seen this kind of setup where they they pull it back first, and they relax it one day, and then they pop it. So the only way to really know is the way they open this and how it acts in the first 10 minutes. And sometimes you have to pay higher for the proof. Or one could be buying this stock towards the support levels, right? I just think that this stock here should continue following through. We've had tons of consolidational patterns here. We've broken out with good volume, as you can see, very strong volume in the longest time. And we need that follow through, in my opinion. So there you have the update for AABA. Listen carefully to what I said about that. And of course, we have the 112 calls, but also I want to make a point quickly on the options. So I'm back at the options page, and you can see that the 110 calls, the April 21 110 calls, there was a lot of trading in this, 10,000. And a lot of open interest. So there's a lot of strength in AABA. The anticipation for higher prices is definitely there in the options. Even the 112s had a lot of trading here. Not as much as this, of course, but they're tight, the spreads. The stock does trade within about a 10-cent spread, even less when it's really active. And you can see there's a lot of options trading with these 112s. That's why I mentioned these. These are also a lot cheaper than getting into the 110s. The only way you would have got into the 110s is if you were taking the 109.50 intraday breakout. That's something I was talking with Power Trigger Trade Shy about. And I did not bother entering those levels. More so as I seen it break above 110.65 that I decided to enter some, and then made those comments on Power Trigger Trade on StockTwits as I showed you in the video. All right, people, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would subscribe to this my YouTube channel, Power Target Trades, where I post a lot of my plans. You can see here, confirmation is key. Study the videos, people. Visit every day. Check for new plans. Watch the videos daily. Follow Power Trigger Trade on StockTwits or Twitter. So this gives you a lot of reminders of what you should be doing if you want to succeed with options. Options is a great way to make money, but you need a good, solid plan. And there's also losses to be made, to be taken in order to catch big gains. Tesla, for example, was a great 300% winner, and it'll break even today. But now, those are weekly. Now, weekly options, you got to be quick, but they're very. If you know what you're doing, they're great to trade because you can go in and out of the and catch big moves in stocks that are ready to trend. So anyway, see the Sandro Power Trigger Trade. You're going to see it appear here at the end of the video in a circle format. Simply click on it to easily subscribe. There you have, people. A great update. Thanks for listening. Like the video.